Hey guys, Banana Lock here. Welcome back to another Watcher Realms video. We'll be doing a takeover today, and we'll be mainly doing a gear cleanse, and then following that we'll have 2 gear dungeons. I'm gonna push this account's gear dungeon to the max that we can go. We're gonna do 2 first and then 1 because I believe that 2 is the tougher gear dungeon to go around with. And yeah, seems like they pushed back War of Fates. I was hoping to actually do some stream where we did some forges, see if we get any quartz this weekend, but looks like that's not going to be possible. So maybe we'll do it on the weekdays or the weekends if we don't have the time. But yeah, let's get into it without further ado. So this is a pretty early account, like in terms of progression. So lots of pushing that we can do definitely from the gear dungeon perspective. And we also need to sort out the gear cleanse for a bit. See what's this. He hasn't done the clearance for this. Okay, let's do the auto, see if he gets it done. His 4 ancient shards. Shouldn't pass up on those. Yeah, these things are pretty easy to get across. Shouldn't skip it. Should just do it if we get the chance to. And this account has Ingrid, even though it's this early on. So that's a good sign. Definitely he's going to be able to push through most of the gear rate ones, especially to 22 or 23 at the very least. Just getting my gear plan code on my main account so that we can check out where this account is at in terms of these settings. Only one takeover, Jaeshun, because there's another guy who signed up, but he went missing. Yeah. But this takeover is quite long, so I'm expecting that we'll only be doing this one. Because it's gonna be gear dungeon push to the best possible stage that we can get to. Yeah. Let's see, gear plan, sell, recommendation settings. Okay. Essential attributes. I think this is fine. It doesn't look too different to my own plan, to be honest. Let's see. Just comparing it to my own plans to see what it's looking like. Yeah, my own plan isn't too much different. It's just that I excluded HP bonus, which regen HP and attack. Yeah, I think calling you Wesley was probably the easier way to go. Yeah. Let's see. I need to see this plan in action to see if it works. Because my concern is that it winds up mixing in attack HP bonus, or regen. Because here's the thing, my plan has the 4 main stats in here, And then essential attributes is just nothing because because you're gonna just require 3 of those attributes anyways. Like you're not gonna want a piece with attack or HP or rage regen or HP bonus unless it's a quad. This one has no attack speed, but once again, that's there. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't set aside a rule for crit rate mains. The only crit rate mains that I keep is essentially the ancients. And even those I sell now since we get like a bunch of stuff. And there's this HP one. I'm not sure what this is. Because you will not want HP mains no matter what. You want HP subs at the most. It's a bit confused here. The defense bonus one makes sense. Because they're defense bonus scaling units. I guess the HP bonus one is for like gluttony and such. Yeah. I think it looks fine. I wouldn't change this too much. I'll just leave it as is. In fact, I might change this, right? Because thanks that you have defense and HP bonus. But I will actually think that the... Let me just see my own sets. Yeah, what my own set does is that I have 3 secondary attributes: HP, defense bonus, rage regen, attack speed, and I require 3 of those for the gear to show up. And the only essential thing I have on is attack speed, actually. Yeah. I mean, this would just mean that you're more lax in the rules. Hi, Jocelyn. Yep, I am on Asia server, 600XX. So, yeah. Secondary attributes, I will adjust this because having a flat attack as an essential attribute is a bit too fixed. Yeah, and you generally want attack speed as well, right? Because you have Diao-chan, you have Beelzebub, all those units actually require attack speed as well. I usually goes as far to say that you don't need flat HP. I don't think it's that important. And I wouldn't set flat attack as a must. It's gonna be a nice to have, but it's not like an absolute essential, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay, let's update that. Yeah, 2-piece sets. These ones are quite straightforward. Yeah, you want 3 of those. HP DPS, that's fine. It's gonna be a very niche piece. Defense DPS. I mean, it's nice to have it broken down by certain types, but I don't know. I have it in a much more relaxed manner. Yeah, having a tank set here without having attack speed, that's not ideal. I mean, chess piece don't get attack speed unless it's ancients, if I'm not wrong. So, yeah. Inspo weapon. No rage regen requirement there. Interesting. Okay. Salvation, fatality, curse. Yeah, that's not good. We need some of those pieces there. But that's the problem, right? It's going to be hard to actually override all these sets. Let's see. Just going to add that in. It's also a bit illegal that the attack HP one doesn't have the salvation pieces, which is where it all tends to go anyways. Oops. Set here. Yeah, I wouldn't change too much. I think it's fine, but this is way more detailed than my rules, which I don't think are that required. Because at the end of the day, you should know what your rules are for anyways. To properly like get the right pieces going. And then now we have these pieces that are missing. We should include them in, especially with the Ascension option available now. There's no reason not to keep them in. And honestly, these pieces that have, wait, let me see, right? Just to be sure. Yeah, what I was gonna say is that you should include these pieces because you can ascend them to the tier 2 or tier 3 sets now with the gems from the Marwick Trials. There's no reason not to keep them in. And for this DPS sets, you should actually omit all the other pieces. Like, you shouldn't have Hell's Lament, Cataclysm, or Infernal Roar, or Ageless Rock, for the fact that Soulbound Arcana is the best scaling set for those DPS that are HP or defense based. Like Soulbound Arcana tends to be the best set for Gun, Gluttony, so on and so forth. But yeah, I think it's fine. You just wind up having more sets than you are used to. But I think that should sort out things for us. So yeah, let's actually see where he's at. He doesn't have much gold, so we don't want to wind up taking away too many things. He hasn't done any forges, upgrades, so that's good. Let's start with the left side here. I think I did not miss out anything here. Yeah, we got everything. Is it funny how level 70 and you already have Cataclysm sets? Like, that's one thing I don't really like about the Forge systems. It's good that it gives newer players a chance to actually get the better pieces, but when you're cucked by RNG as a late game player, you just wind up missing so many pieces. Yeah. This looks fine. So stuff like this, we can go ahead to like level. So maybe what we'll do here is that we'll actually try to level everything that he has here. And then we'll start selling some of the pieces that I feel are just, impossible to use here. Yeah, like stuff like this, we should move away from keeping them actually. I'm not sure why this is still recommended actually. It's missing crit rate. Why is this being recommended? There's something wrong with the settings there. Same with this, right? There's no attack speed, but it's still being recommended. So something is wrong with the rules. This one's fine. But it wrote so terribly. Same thing here. I'm not sure why it's recommending all this. Let's actually check out these settings again. I think it's to do with these sets. Like, actually, what's the difference between these two? I don't get it. Why is attack speed not a requirement here? Yeah, something's wrong with this rule here. Not gonna point fingers at whose rule this is, but yeah, that's not a good rule. And then we should have attack speed in there as well. And I think it should only require 3. And it should be this 3. Because I don't think it matters, like, which is which. at the end of the day, if you have just three of these good stats, then the fourth stat is a gamble anyways, right? But you need these three no matter what. You shouldn't segment it down to all this. And then same thing here, you just wind up getting all those garbage sets on the sides. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what attack crit enabled means, but you should have crit rate in your mix, no matter what. Yeah, this is a very odd rule to be honest. Broken down into too many aspects for no good reason. Okay, anyways, let's go back. Let's see what we're dealing with again. Filter down to the DPS sets. They should really just have a filter where you can just toggle all the DPS sets. I think that will make filtering in these instances a bit easier. I don't think I saw a separate rule for Mana Spring. Let's check it out later. Yeah, why is it still showing up like this? Like, that's not right. Shouldn't be recommended these pieces of gear. Like, this is fine. Can go ahead to rule that. Yeah, look at that. That's just awful. It's fine as well. Fine too. Oh, that's actually decent. Let's roll it. Yeah, not the best, but this early on, I think we can work with it. This is great too. Oh, but terrible rule. Okay, let's sell all that. Yeah, so let's go back to the HP base units, right? So it should only have Soba Arcana at best. Should have everything else. Okay, maybe you want to add Unshaken Will, Tempered Will, whatever, but it shouldn't have the other sets, because the other sets are just garbage with those scaling units there. Same thing, I'm just going to remove all that. And then we're going to keep it down to just this. Interested to see where most of his gear is going to though, because like there's a bunch of gear here, just not sure why they are here. Like 1.2k is a lot of gear, but not seeing a lot of good pieces so far. Okay, let's see again. That's fine, can keep that. Oh, is that the Odyssey quest? Still very early on in the game. It's annoying me that this is all the way at the bottom of the menu. Like, can you see? I can't click anything else because of that. That's fine. Decent. 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 This is really good. Oh no, it's missing crit damage. Take back my words. Definitely don't want these pieces for sure. Here's the thing, right? There's only so many sets left. I don't want to wind up selling things that we may need when we're clearing stages. So let's see. It might just be better that we clear some stuff here first. Yeah, he does have many pieces here that can be rolled. Let's see. Nope, something's wrong with the filters again. Yeah, like why are these pieces here? They ain't even good. Let's see. 2-piece sets. Healer weapon. DPS. Why is Wicked Vengeance being recommended in so many places? Like, wrong manner. So this three are required. Yeah, why is Wicked Vengeance being recommended there? Let's see again. Yeah, I don't get it. What's wrong? I would love to override these rules, but I want to mess things up. Yeah, require three of those attributes, right? So this is correct. There is a rule that is allowing those pieces to slip through, and I can't find it. Not sure why. Odd. Maybe I just import my rules then. I think that will make things a lot easier. And then this should prevent us from actually recommending this. Okay, I guess this I recommended because of the gear actually being decent, like from recommended settings, but you can see the rest of the stuff is gonna get wiped away, which is great. So yeah, I'm not gonna touch these pieces because we might need them to clear out stuff. I can see a lot of pieces are now missing because you no longer are able to use them. Let's do gear dungeon now. Let's see what we're working with. Laura is absolutely terrible here because he has Hollow. I thought we didn't have her. Yeah, Laura is absolutely terrible in gear dungeons because you can't despawn stuff. Like, despawning stuff tends to ramp up the boss's health. I mean, not damage. Let's see. And I also wanted to use Borrowed for the pushback because he has no Edith. Volga. Feel like I have an extra person here. Okay. Yeah, this early on, we're not gonna be too picky with our items. Just gonna work with what we have here. In fact, I'm just gonna do like quick equips like this. And then if we find that we don't have enough gear, then we'll start hopping in to see if we can switch things around. Don't have too much. Don't have too much good. What do you call it? Gold there, so you need to be careful. See if we have morale. I don't think he has enough morale pieces for us to make this work. Yeah, so let's just do HP and attack speed. It's honestly all that we need here. See if he has Lunacy Visor. He does. Great. That's something to work with. And then I'm gonna leave the healers alone. Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't have much XP actually, which is not a good thing. He doesn't have enough materials for us to work off of. Okay, let's see his insignia of mages. Let's work off that. We'll need about 10 sufficient? No, I think 10. Okay. While that's being done, we go back here and see what we get to work with. Okay, she's maxed out, that's good. And what else do we need here? Oh yeah, last piece of the puzzle will actually be live-in. Or another unit that we need to max promo. Okay. Oh, that's just horrendous. Okay. I just want to get a jump into this. I don't want to wait for the farming to actually be over or we start doing stuff. Yeah, that's decent. If we can get like a... that's fine. Let's see. Okay, we got something here. We sort of have a set and a team, so let's actually get into it. And the main problem that I foresee is actually just Borrowed not hitting. Hey, why is Borrowed not here? Did we not select him? Yeah, he's not selected for some reason. Who do we remove here? Okay, we definitely have enough tanks there, so we can remove Oleg. Sode. Yeah, we'll stick with his Sode. Do Borrowed here. Like this. Yeah, look at the earlier gear dungeons. So much simpler. There we go. Now we have that magic clone up there. Let's put this Sode down here. Looks like there's no clones up top at all. Makes it so much easier, to be honest. Go. Oh no, we had one lick through. I think I was too late there. Okay. I think we got the hang of this. We just need to switch things up a bit, especially with Astrid. They need to use her ultimate and with Hollow a bit earlier. Bit distracted there. I should have put Soleil up a bit higher. That will allow us to actually survive that wave. Go. And now we can put down Livian next. With this clones. wonder if Soleil can actually tank kill this guy in time. She can, then we don't actually have to deal with the. She can't. I think Hollow is not giving enough reach. Let's see if she's actually maxed out. Because that looks lesser than usual. She's maxed out in A5, so that's odd. What's going on here? Astrid also has sufficient attack speed. Also A5. Too sure. Try again. Okay. It's a 2-star clear, but we are progressing further than this, so I think that's fine. Do we miss out any 3-star rewards still? I don't think so. Yeah. Okay, anyways, we got that maxed out, so it means that we can max out Soleil now. Let's see if we can get a better set for here. Yeah, I think right now the biggest concern here is the lack of sets. Okay, let's see if we have anything in wisdom that could form something. Shouldn't have switched before I checked the rest. Yeah, looks like we just stick to Soul Arcana on her. Okay, let's see if we can get a better piece here. Why is Maru using this piece? Okay, that should be slightly better. If he has Keen Wisdom, that's also a more decent. Oh, only level 1. That's not great. See, you can utilize Ingrid here. I think we might even use Ingrid over Soleil for now. Okay, let's continue pushing. I think the big problem here is when we actually get to the state where uh, Ingrid doesn't work anymore, when we start having rotations. So let's see. Okay, now problem is whether Ingrid will kill this guy in time. Okay, it looks good. And then we can actually place down Vortex there then. I'm not sure which stage do we start getting to rotations. It seems like the earlier stages are not a problem here. Yeah, Ingrid is just destroying those waves. And I think Maltalin is doing a lot more damage now with that gear earlier. I believe one lane is the one that rotates first, like not both lanes. So we'll have to work around that later on. I forgot to click hollows out. I think we might not be able to clear this on time. Cell in grid, and I'm gonna put an extra tank down here. I should clear out the last wave just fine. Even though it's another 2-star clear, but yeah. I think we need to go back to clear those properly. There we go. Oh, it's forcing us to do extra forges. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is where the F Whisper starts actually hurting. Yeah, the explosion will actually start to hurt. Okay. I'm not sure if this is where the split happens, but let's see. Because once we have that split, then that's where we need to start. Be careful. It also means that we should ideally put vocal in a proper set. Okay, I'm gonna remove his Soldier. And what I'm gonna do instead is actually put Ardor as the Lord. And let's put the Bastion Ring just in case we actually need to use him. And let's check out Volka's gear. Yeah, crit is on the lower side of things. Let's change that up. Oops. I'm thinking if I should ascend this. Oh, those are decent rolls. Let's be roll purple. Okay, let's see how much material he has. I think that's fine. We should ascend that. 28%. The bonus is too much to miss out on. This will take skill crystals. I think we skill her up if we find her struggling, but for now, I think we're fine. Our problem is making sure we get Ingrid up in time. Actually, we might not be able to use Ingrid anymore. I'm not sure. Because of the lack of healers here, like range-wise. Oops. Missed out on that in the middle. Hey, hey, hello. Okay. Yeah, not getting enough rage regen for some reason, which is rather odd because Hollow is all maxed out. I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe we squeeze in Halloween instead then. I mean, we're at the point where this particular account is not going to push to Gear Dungeon 10 given the gear situation, but we could still work out the best what we have here. Question is, how do we get... Okay, I guess Halloween goes up. Astrid here. Okay, let me just do that. So that explodes. Put down Livian here. I just realized then I can't squeeze Diaochan in. Yeah, Diaochan doesn't work here then. Guess that's fine. Just remove her. See how this works out. Because it's better than not having enough reach. Close shift there. Yeah, need to clear out that unit before they split. And I also need to solve this Ingrid issue up here. Maybe we keep her here instead, but we have Elowen healing her. Because when she was up top there herself, she was actually healing just fine. And we do Talon now. I'm assuming the guys that spawn up that are gonna help Ingrid actually heal up. Yep, I think that's just fine. Pop the hollow out. And until the clones rotate, I think at this gear level we should do just fine. There we go. Okay, now with this guy coming through, lesson learned, we got to kill him fast. I'm gonna prop the Volca out. Still not far enough though. I think what happens here is Bora is gonna actually die. And then we just have to put Torador down instead. Alright. We definitely need the Volca skill up, I think. We're gonna push for the rounds. So let's see whether this rotation switches up. If it does, then we may need to reconsider not even doing that. Because once that switches, then it changes the whole lineup thing. With a switch. Yeah, even the clones are getting stronger here. It's gonna start to get a lot tougher than usual. Yeah, I think these two guys are gonna die actually. And yeah, it's not great. So we definitely need to get this skill up on Volca going. Because we just need a little push. Get her going with enough damage. Or maybe we switch up the artifact here. Actually, if we could get her in Infernal Raw, that'd be good too. Let's see with Infernal Raw. No, it's not a good set. Cataclysm, that would be nice too, but don't really have enough pieces to go off there. Problem is right now she's only getting bonus damage when doing her ultimate. Oh, Astrid's not even in a good gear. It's a Toba Arcana set that has a lot of problem is doesn't have enough spirit as well, so you don't want to wind up ascending stuff that he can't even use. Maybe he has something with the cassette that could work out. Seems like he's been farming Gear 2 quite a bit. Oh, but no curse ring. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Looks like we may have to work around the wisdom set. We need a much better one, so let's try to find something that works together. Yeah, 2 little pieces for us to work off that. So let's see if the skill ups help. As well as the updated gear. Because I think the bottom bit is what we're struggling with. Making sure that we kill off the guy so that Borok can push him away. There we go. Place down Living. To Ingrid. Hello, morning. Never realized how big of a cheat code Ingrid is. Like, it has such insane base stats, just makes her insanely powerful here. Like, this early on in Gear Dungeon, even with a crit weight main, still slapping pretty hard. Okay, now we have this guy. Let's see if we can actually get the kill off before it's too late. Oh, it's so close. I don't think the explosion kills Volca, right? So if it doesn't kill Volca, then we're good. No, it kills off. Push wasn't enough. Problem is that Borg pushes first. We can actually get to the rest of the stuff. Okay, given how good Ingrid is at the moment when it comes to surviving that top wave, maybe what we do is we actually switch up sets here. Ah, but this is not a very good set either. Yeah, I think Wisdom just doesn't cut it for her. This is why I meant that we shouldn't be deleting stuff, because yeah, very obvious here. We could use some of these pieces, could potentially be a bit better. He doesn't have Night Terror pieces, neither does he have Infernal Roar. And I don't think we can cut it off with broken sets. The problem is curse is that we don't have a good last piece. Definitely nothing there. Yeah, if only we had a cursed ring, then things would be a lot different. Yeah, this is not ideal, but we're just squeezing whatever we can do here. Try to get us there. If Volca could kill that last guy a bit earlier, then yeah, we could get this done. But I think it's probably after this stage where we start getting the switch, the rotations. Yeah, this doesn't seem to work. Only 36k per hit. I don't know. Let's wait a bit, see if it gets better. Livian, Ingrid. It definitely feels like we're doing a lot lesser damage here. Okay, now we have the spirit. That's the time to show us whether this actually works out. It's roughly the same damage actually. Oh, that was a bit too late. See if we can get the clear though. Yeah, right after this is that guy, so it's fine, I guess. Stage 7, control immunity. This is definitely worse off than the previous set, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just the lack of tier 1 pieces here. We don't even have enough Night Terror to work off. And we definitely need the good sets on Astrid. Okay, let's see what he is with gear progression, right? So we know where to recommend him to focus towards as well. Oh, actually, gear 121 that's done because of Ingrid. He has no pierces actually. He is lacking in the pierces department. But Ingrid can solo some parts though, so yeah, I have to work around that. But he definitely needs to push gear rate 3 more. Okay, let's get on further to see where we can push with this. I think stage 7 is the best we can do, at least for now. The other way to do the pushback is actually with um, Talon, but it's also layered with RNG. So yeah, I'm not sure what's better. But Talon can actually do some damage herself too, so that's the thing. We can try it, at least for this map, and see if that works out better. And we do Astrid here. So many dots, what do you mean? Yeah, I see that's the problem that I'm talking about. But I think Talon is slapping much harder than Volca, even though she's not even maxed out. Volca borrowed first, I guess. Seems like this works a lot better. We don't want to rely on that RNG for just pushbacks. But what I want to see if there's rotation of clones. Then we know how far we can push. There we go. Get this down here. We have the first wave coming in, so let's put Torador down. Oh yeah, we do definitely have that as usual. Oh, these guys are multiplying too quickly. Volka's not doing enough damage there. Thinking what should I do that's better here? Couldn't even get to see the clones to know which is better here. Yeah, attack speed is just garbage on the other units. So we're done with this. But let's see. Soulbound Arcana. I don't have much to work with, but yeah, let's see if this works at all. Okay, done with that. Oh, damage is so much worse off, actually. Can you actually kill it off in time? Yeah, barely. But now the more important point here is to actually see if actually clear off this in time. Ah yeah, we got the rotations already. That's a big problem. The clones are rotating up top. But gear-wise, we're definitely not gonna push any further. And Astrid was also barely clearing that. And go back and try to clear the last stage on 3-star. Then we switch to gear dungeon 1, and then we just try to come back afterwards to see how far we can push. Because I don't think we're clearing 7, at least with the gear that we have at the moment. We need much stronger gear for the DPS units actually. And then down. And then yeah, let's see. Should I play some Torador first? That's way too early. Now I might not clear the top within time here. Okay, now we're gonna have the Wraith come in. Try to provoke us out here. Clear this guy out in time. No, we can't, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just thinking how best can we clear out that Wraith in time. Because it's not about placement issue for sure. I definitely can't use Harlan because that will screw up with the RNG on his autos. Never mind. Let's do it again. See if we can do it better. Like Talon might still be better up top because of the pushback, so gonna have to switch back to that. And yeah. Now this guy again. Oh, nice. It's a good run. Oh, The RNG with Talon's push. Yeah. Actually, once we got that down, we could have just despawned Ingrid, like that last clone. Load again. Let's see. Yeah, no AoE procs. I think this is gonna be a bad run. Definitely need to rerun this with power dominance and see if we get better RNG in that run. The only way we could do something up top is actually uh, squeezing Valeria in. But that will also mean we have no healers anyways. Because Valeria is not gonna have the death proc thingy. It's gonna boost Volca as well, but the problem is that we need enough DPS gear for another unit, which we don't have. Yeah, so that's the problem. Let's see. We can see Valeria is maxed out and try to work off that, but I'm not hopeful. Volga's maxed out, so I'm not sure what else we can do here. Ah, okay, I realize the problem now. That's why it wasn't doing as much. It's so retarded. Okay, let's switch back then, and then this should help us a lot. Wondering why our thing's not running as per what we did earlier. Wait a minute, I think that's gear 103. I mean, that's gear 167, I think. Yep, that's right. I think we have the wave here, so let's see if we can kill that with the set fixed up. Okay, very nice. That's a good run. I just need to make sure the rest of the stuff are all done up nicely. Okay, looks good. I think this is it for the run. Okay, stage 6. Switch off the auto fight. Background fight I mean. And let's do this run with power dominance and see if anything changes. I think this is the final stage that we could probably use Ingrid. I think beyond this, she's gonna be quite crappy. Because from my experiments, I think even Soleil was a lot better. Oh, very nice. That seems to fix it. Have that guy coming through, and then I think what we can do here is just despawn Ingrid, stop this, and do that stand switch. And that's gonna just help out at the bottom as well. There we go. It's gonna bring up the auto a bit. Okay. So we actually got news that Forerunner had an update scheduled and they're not getting the Gear Dungeon stamina removal. So I think it's pretty safe to actually go ahead to farm this. I mean, I think this is what we can do at this current point in time. Um, Problem is if we have to somehow squeeze Valeria in, we have to forego something. And that something seems like hmm, let me just have a think. Valeria here, she's not even maxed out actually. Yeah, I think I'll pass for now. I don't think it's gonna be possible. Because all the rotations will also mean that we need to despawn one guy. And we might wind up. I could give it one try. See how that goes. If it doesn't work out, then we can stop. Holland. Move Diao Chan. Absolutely terrible. Let's see if we can get a better. If we do it this way instead, we do attack speed on the other side. Yeah, there's still no proper set for that. Still a problem. This works fine right now because we're the attack speed main, I guess. Then do Talon here. Yeah, let's see that works. And yeah, let's see. The first clone's gonna be definitely fine. It's honestly the ones that come after. Like you see right now, we're taking so much damage compared to before. And we do Astrid. Oh, did I place her too far forward actually? Calling it way too close. Let me try another positioning, see if that helps. Valeria up top instead. Problem is still at the bottom. We're struggling when we don't have enough extra block. We can try to use Volca. Get Volca to actually be the one holding the sea visor as well here. That should give us enough extra block, but the problem still stands if whether we can clear out the guys in the middle sufficiently. Because at this current moment, it feels like one healer alone is not enough anymore. And we don't have enough tank sets to do the tank explosion thing. There we go. Place down Talon. Like this. Alright, one more truth. See if we can actually clear out this guy. Actually, if we could. Oh, but we don't have enough slots. Yeah, we're gonna have to remove Valeria no matter what. I was thinking of a very weird strat where we actually use Ingrid in her AoE mode. And then like use that will avoid hitting the clone, but we don't have enough slots for that to work. And now I might regret actually using Astrid's outlay a bit too early. Okay, never mind. You work around that. Still have a big problem with clearing this guy later on though. Like the second one. That one's gonna be tough. Because we barely survived this time around. Okay, let's do live in here again. You can do Ingrid next actually. Let's do Halloween first. Might need that rich regen up top. There we go. The ultimate, and then we'll use Ingrid here, finish off this guy. Okay, that's state. Now Valeria. Try to make a mental note here not to kill off this clone, or rather not to pop any ultimates until we get that big wave coming in. Okay, she's gonna die. And that's fine. Problem is whether we actually survive through all of this. It's magic clone again. So we let this bloodbath take place first. And we put down Ingrid and switch her up. I'm just gonna continue on with the run. I wanna see where this takes us. See, now we have that problem with the last guy at the bottom. We're not clearing things fast enough. It's not too bad. I think we could work off that. I think it's possible to clear. In fact, it might be even better to just let that clone explode and have Valeria deal with the bottom. For that last physical clone. Let's see. Maybe what we can do is also try to improve Hollow's gear. Because she's not healing much here. Okay, Hollow. Yeah. much attack speed there. Great, great damage. Let's see where we can squeeze out more attack. Ah, that's fine. And we see here. Yeah, we could work with that. Okay, much better. Definitely need the extra attack speed to get more heals in. And then you're back to it. See if we can actually clear through this time. The Elixir, I think that's fine. It's just RNG with the slams and all. The bigger concern was down bottom. If we manage to clear that out in time. And we might actually even be able to use Valeria first here. Yeah, she's doing very good damage there. Ah, but I put Livin in the wrong spot. Okay, but I think we got something. Go. Eluin down next. Get some rage regen going. And that's gonna probably solve that bottom up top. That wave up top. Okay. So in case you guys didn't know, Valeria dying in Gear Dungeon doesn't count towards the blood counts. So that's why she's great here. There we go. And then we switch this guy to that. Oh no, they multiplied. And we place Livin up top again. Yeah, Livin should be here so that Valeria can be in front instead. There we go. Place Livin next. Ah, I placed her on the wrong spot again. Oka here. go. Yeah, placing Living in the right spot this time. And wait for this clones to come in. Okay, I think we shouldn't use Volcast out for the first clone because it doesn't come up back in time for the second guy. There we go. Okay, can't put Valeria down here. She won't be back in time up there, so guess we switch things around for a bit here. Okay, now we place down Valeria. go. And I think it's safer to just wait for Valeria to be back here before we... Sorry, the archer to be back down there before we pop the ultimate. Pop ingredient. I don't think there's any more improvements I can make on the set. So I'm just thinking, what can I squeeze out more? Because the problem right now is that I don't have enough damage on the Volca to clear things out reliably. I think up top is just RNG with how Talon does her slams. I'm not that concerned there. This is the one that's giving me big issues. Yeah, I can't squeeze any more out of this. I have all the units in already. Yeah, I guess we give it a few more goals, but it's down to too much RNG then, yeah. Because Volca kind of needs the AoE damage from her passive. But without her exclusive, you have no guarantees of getting that Scarlet Ferment stacks easily. And I saw that out there, that's good. And then now we pop the Volca ultimate again. Oh, there's still so many stacks of those guys coming through. What's going on? Maybe Talon's ultimate needs to be later instead. I could do that, but I think you have limited copies. I mean, I could level the vocal one after this for sure. I think that will help. Let me do that after this. Why is the swamp so much harder to clear than usual? Only not that tough. Maybe the problem is not letting the clones, the two guys actually be up front. Because there's like three blocks that we're missing. So we should start trying to kill off those guys before they even walk off. But getting that timing more precise is important there. Let's see if you can level out this lunacy visor a bit. No. Okay, let's try again. I do think it's possible. It's just working our way there. Actually, if we're using Livian here, then I would be better off using... Sorry, if we have a healer, then we use Torador. Give Volca the extra buff. I do want to move off from this soon, because we don't want to spend too much time on this. We have Gear Dungeon 1 to clear. Do that. Or just getting the timings down on this. Oh, Valeria died there. It's not great, but let's see if the timing on this is better. Okay, timing is better, so maybe halfway through we start popping down the ultimates, but yeah. Did a Valeria a bit earlier there, which is fine. Just means that we need to tweak timings. Just thinking, why is... Oh, could it be that Torador is healing the magic clone? That's why the other guy is dying a bit earlier. I think that could be... And maybe we have to squeeze Torador here instead and Talon here. I don't know. It's gonna maximize that boost. Or maybe you just don't put Torador in at all. I think that could be the best case scenario here. Yeah, I think the heals could be quite significant there. There we go. Now place on Valeria. Uh, yeah, too late there. Too focus up top. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with Gear Dungeon 2. You have three different lanes to worry about. Okay, at least we got that out of the way. Okay, let's clear out in time. Great. Now we just wait for this clone to come in and also this guy's to be down around in the middle. The issue was not Torador doing damage, but more of Torador's extra costs leading to the Ingrid spawning a lot later, which delayed everything overall. Okay, much smoother clear this time around. And then we just wait for this archer to pass before we spawn Ingrid. Go. And it's back to Valeria. And have that guy coming through as well. So see, you can actually get the pushback if we can, and then yeah, that was a bit too slow there. Give this one more 10, but yeah, after this we're gonna be moving on. Because it's down to that last clone. If we can kill it in time, then that's great, but if not, then yeah. last damage, last tick. If we actually got that down, that would have been a clear. Ah, down to the last guy. Yeah, it is possible. Just a lot of RNG, and Astrid definitely needs a lot of a stronger lot. Yeah, and then with Volca at the bottom. I think gear is what we need here. Don't think more attempts will solve anything because it's still down to the Astrid RNG at the bottom. Okay, I think that's alright. We already have the orders for stage 6. Now we just need to move on to gear dungeon 1, which shouldn't be too tough. So he has a counter slot. It's a good start. He has Boreas as well. Oh, he has no Iona. Interesting. No Iona. Oh, wait, Iona's here. Just lying. And Dolores. Should have Dolores, even though it's only A1. Ingrid. Alin. I think this should work. Thinking between Beatrix or Iona. Is the Beatrix maxed out? It is. Okay. Guess we work around that first. Then we need to also pull in Greed. If you have 3 Wings of Grace on HP mains, then we could use that, but yeah, you don't. So we're gonna have to make do with the rest instead. $221 with only Hatsuit as DPS. It is possible. The biggest issue with that is just how good your gear is. Because when you tend to have very little stuff to work with, then gear is what makes up for that difference. Not working, don't have a spot for second DPS. Are you using it with Dolores? Are you using it with Volca, Laurel? Just to get those debuffs going, because those are important. Actually, this early on, we don't have lifesteal, so not too big of an issue there. Yao Chan. Are we missing anything else? Do we have too many healers? Oh, I think this is sufficient. Yeah, let's see. I have a guide where I'm just using epics. I could post it later on, but yeah, it is definitely possible. We need a tank. Okay. Does it targets the last place unit unless you have a tank? Okay, never mind. I'll put Talon down first, then Beatrix. Yeah, we'll switch Beatrix artifact. Dialchan, A1 Volca, Torador, Decimus, Isode, Stalin, Baron. I'm not sure if Dialchan there is better than Dolores. I think that's the thing that you want to have checked out to make sure that you're using the best team there. Because even though Dialchan has penetration, Dolores is still better in a lot of places because it's way higher inspiration. It might be a case here where you don't have enough um, inspiration actually. So like here, rate 221 is actually like the easiest in terms of like requirements. Like what you said, you just need one good DPS and then you're all set for the rest. Finish 20, trying 21. Yeah, that's fine. Take your time because you just completed it from the sounds of it. So probably take some time for you to get there. Oh, okay, so squishy. What is going on with that broke here? I think it's a live seal actually. Yeah, Brukia's not being tanky. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. Wrong pieces. No wonder. Just wondering what's going on there. Okay, that should be better. It looks like the first few rounds are not going to be a big problem for us. No, protect here. There's no Valkyra, no what do you call it? What's that unit? No Ares. The top wave is a bit of a problem for him there. Okay, let's clear out. That's why we started at Gear Dungeon 2 first, because 1 is obviously the easier one for him. Um, just thinking if he has a better shielder. I was wondering if Oleg might be better than Brook here, but I don't think so. Very nice. Nice switch the. Okay, I wanted to do something, but it passed my mind. Like what I wanted to do. I want to switch up Beatrix's artifact. Yes, she's obviously better in Teal Twilight. And yeah, I think that's it. And we should put Brooke up top. And Paladin is better at the bottom. Ah, great died there. Oh, great. Forgot to switch Diao Chan. Oh, but actually that's the last wave. So that's fine. Okay, let's clear it out. Stage 6 now. Let's see if we have any pieces there with this. Yeah, exactly what I'm looking for. And we want HP bonus, speed with regen. There we go. And there we go. You don't really have much options here, but yeah, I guess this will do. I think we're still fine. I'm just concerned about the top bit with the lifesteal. Yeah, let's see. Because actually, technically, if these guys don't have invisibility yet, we could get away with like slows and such. But never mind. Let's see. Let's do Talon and do our healer here. Go. And now we wait for the next archer to come in. Very close one. Just trying to wait for Bitrix ultimate to be back up. And try to burst down this last wave here. Oh my god. Ah. Nope, it's not getting to that guy. They're just gonna wait for that last guy then. Oh, is Hollow not getting Morrigan's slot spell? Okay. Am I don't want to spend too much time fiddling with that. Yeah. Let me actually switch Hollow around to give her the Lot skill. And then we'll also, instead of bringing Dolores, I'm going to bring in an anti-healer, and that's going to be Artemis. Where is Artemis? Things are not really maxed out over here, but I think we can make do. Let's see. Oh, I placed Artemis on the wrong spot. Should place one tile left or right so that Ingrid can still be there. Switch Ingrid again then. go. And I think that should be the clear there. There we go. Yeah, another question is how far can we push here? Invisibility, I think that just undermines us, Bitrix's global out. Let's see how big of a deal it is. Yeah, I think these guys are invisible now. Not sure about the guys at the back though. Oh no, wrong unit. Two archers now in state 2. Let's see. I think it looks like it boils down to just timings here. Could still potentially clear this. Very nice. Looks like we got this one. Switch to single target. Q off this guy. Can I even Q off that guy? Yeah, there we go. Stage 8 looks like just a BP check. Yeah, but definitely I think stage 9 and 10 are out of the question. If we could like level up Artemis, then we might clear top, but I don't think it's worth it in my opinion. So let's see. Even these guys are super tanky at this point. Not sure if we can even clear this stage actually. Let's see. Yeah, we're struggling quite hard here. Let's see what Beatrix is on gear wise. We can update that. But definitely seeing the gap there. Didn't we have another Soba Arcana set? Grid is a support set already. I remember switching that. Like Grid is on the support set. The problem is that we don't have much gear to go around with. I don't mean to be cocky, but I was the first, or the first few guys to actually do grid support when Gear Dungeon 1 first came out. So I know he's better in the support set, but yeah. The bigger problem here is that we don't have good gear. Like for that build to work, you want grid on Mana Spring? And yeah, this grid just doesn't have Mana Spring. I mean, we could switch to a Whirlwind set, but even then it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I mean, we could switch to this. What else? Yeah, just have a look at this. That's the struggle that we have here gear-wise. So we can make do, we can try this, but I'm telling you that without a proper set here, it's gonna be pretty tough. And we can max out the spellcaster's echo here too. The problem is not enough DPS. We still have the problem up top where Artemis is not getting enough rage regen. Maybe it's better if I switch Artemis to a, what do you call that? A rage regen ring. Then maybe it could work. Ah, it's really on the rage regen build. Okay. Yeah. The problem here is really not. I don't want to skill him up because it's kind of waste to skill up Artemis just for Gear Dungeon. You could just wait to pull a better unit like Valk. Like Valk is just gonna solo that lane easily. No questions asked. Okay, let's try this again. See if the grid helps. Yeah, see my point about lacking damage. It's not a matter of how slow we can get them to go, but we do have enough DPS on Beatrix. Like, if we have a proper, like, fully built Soba Arcana on her, then for sure this will work. Let's see again. Okay, let's do that. Shall not use the ultimate this time. See if that fares better. Vienna will make this so much easier because Vienna is the best unit for this bottom lane. And you also, if you have Vienna with Grid and a Morgan Lot, it's pretty much going to take you to the last stage here. Do that. The ultimate, let's see if this is better. Popping the ultimate only under Grid's slows. Yeah, problem is we can't really do lifesteal as well. If we do lifesteal, then sorry, I can't let Palin stay there because then there's lifesteal. Let's see. What else can I do here? Can't do Boris because there's control immunity. Yeah, this is the better set already. We could do like a crit damage chest piece instead. See if that works out better for us, but might not even find one actually. Yeah, let's see. The problem is that all these pieces don't have crit damage. It's grid A5. He's A5 as well, so he's doing the most amount of support that we could get here. It could be just that, Beatrix is not as good here too. Beatrix is not the best unit for Gear Dungeon. If she's good, she's only good at the top actually. Like, if we want to talk about her being decent. Okay, let's do this again. Have like 1, 2 more attempts. If we still don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, then I'm gonna just finish up with some final gear cleansers because there's definitely a lot of gear here that we could dispose of, but we don't want to stump his progress. Like, just because we delete gear that is actually still usable in his case. Because he needs to push across all the gear rates and he needs to farm a lot. Here, let's see this. Yeah, I can see the Lifesteal's kicking in. And even then we're not getting enough damage here. Yeah, I still have that one big chunk of HP. I think it's fine. We did manage to clear stage 7, which is in itself a big thing already. From stage 2 to stage 7. And for 2, it was stage 2 to stage 6. If we just had a bit of a better gear on both dungeons, I think we could push even further. But I mean, that's the point of the takeover, right? That we push as far as we can for the account owners and then, see where we get from there. Yeah, let's speed up this clear for him here. I remember at this last bit, we didn't manage to clean it up nicely. And we'll go back to gear. See any finishing touches that we can actually do there. There we go. Do the Ingrid again. Why not use Dolores? I could use Dolores instead of Diao Chan, but I don't see a big difference there. I mean, I could go back to just show you guys, but yeah. The problem here is the lack of gear. Like, Dolores can only do so much there. Okay, I need to restart this because I missed that moment there. Yeah, the only reason why I'm not using Dolores there is also the fact that we get 15% buff on Diao Chan with Ingrid Lord. And also Dolores ultimate uptime is not the best here. Doesn't have Dolores exclusive. That's another thing to consider here. There we go. Better auto there. Yeah, let's actually go back and have a look at Dolores. I don't think it would make a difference, but let's see. I could be wrong. Oh, then I gotta give up on that piece there. Do euphoric op here instead then. Let's see if that works better for us. Missing Artemis. Let's go. My concern with Dolores is the ultimate uptime then. Because it's gonna be down to RNG. mean, it is slightly better, but yeah, we're still getting licks here. Because simply don't have enough good gear there. And then we have that issue right there where you saw that Dolores only starts with 20% reach. Whereas you see these guys are already incoming. We could put more soul stones into Dolores then, but you still have the top wave to worry about. So all those combined, I think it's just better to leave it as is here. Instead, just go ahead to farm more gear, because that will just go a much longer way for the account. Yeah. But definitely, I think a lot of these pieces here, like this ones, should go ahead to sell them. What if grid supports semi-damage? Then your grid dies to the archers. Because there are archers that come through. So yeah, and that's the thing, right? You want to do semi-damage, that means that you need good gear to be able to do that. And this account doesn't have good gear. Because after applying my filters, you can see 525 pieces of gear that are actually gonna be sold off. So yeah, I mean the rest of these guys can be used, but for the most bits, when it comes to the DPS pieces, which are what's most important, we don't have much things that we can work off here from. You have these pieces here, which we could try to enhance here. But it's definitely a big issue gear-wise on this account. Like, if we could just farm a little bit more, then we could go a lot further. This is a nice piece. See if it rolls well. That's decent. Yeah, we can keep that. I mean, we're at a point where everything works. So, yeah. Just gotta be careful with what we keep, what we dispose of. Yeah. It's tough to be clearing stuff with limited gear. Because at the end of the day, gear is what makes or breaks the account. Ah, look at this. Attack bonus is the problem here. I'll keep it because that's how new this account is. Wicked Vengeance at this point for this account just ain't gonna come easy. Yeah. Oh, very nice. That's a very nice piece. Yeah, that's crap. So let's just take a look here, right? Do we have any pieces that are, yeah, you see. These pieces have crit rate and attack bonus. They don't have attack speed or crit damage. That's why you can't use them. And if let's say we just talk about inspiration gear, yeah, I guess this could work. But that's the thing, right? Do you really want to spend gold upgrading these pieces? Because you also want attack speed, especially on Diao-Chan. So yeah, that's why my gear filter just wipes out all of this. Because even if you have pieces like this, it's not going to be that helpful. I mean, this is fine for inspiration, but yeah, that's my point. So I wouldn't delete the gear because I don't want to wind up slowing this guy down in terms of progress, but definitely a lot of work to be done here. And you can see even here on the right side, he hasn't done much farming. He has done a lot of farming on the left because he's cleared 121, but he definitely needs to start focusing on the right side as well here. Yeah, a lot of these pieces got to go. I mean, this one is fine. Could keep that. The only problem is that that's missing healing effect. Yeah, but this early on could still get away without it. Let's actually select the flat stats here, sell all of those. And we can do defense as well. This one's our garbage. Not gonna do much here for the account. See, this early on, he might want to keep, but that's the amulet, so it's not going to be helpful. I was saying that if he wants to use it on Dolores, then he can farm that up, right? But Dolores exclusive is on the amulet, so that's bad in that sense. You can see all these pieces, no attack speed, no attack speed. This one has attack speed, but no healing effect or rage regen, so let's see how it rolls. Garbage, so you can sell that. This one has no proper HP. You could still use it, I guess. It's semi-usable. You have all these bad pieces that has to go. I mean, I'm not a fan of Glacier, but maybe you can work something off this. Nope. 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 This could work if it rolls well. Okay, we can keep that. Guardian pieces are so rare to come by, honestly. You wind up buying them mostly from the shop at the end of the day. And then we have this freaking problem where the shop is not showing up properly at the top. Like this one could work as well if it rolls well. Nope, didn't roll well. So these are not in my recommendation settings because it's missing a lot of other crucial stats. But because he's this early on, I'm just making a leeway and, you know, trying to level some of this to see if they work. Okay, there we go. What else is there on the left? Yeah, I would actually just go ahead to sell all of this. I mean, you see, this could work for attack healers, but it needs to roll well at the very least. And it's annoying that bulk enhance is not available for this particular bits. You can see right there, that piece, we can still get by with it. So these are things that are not captured in my filter. But then again, they need to roll really well for you to be able to use them. Like this one, still workable, but I'll keep it at 12 because I don't want to waste more gold. All the essential stats that you have are already rolled out. This account is brand spanking new. Like, it's not gonna have a lot of good units. Like look at this. This is workable. That's fine. Can keep that. Yeah, I can see here we're down to the last few pieces actually. I will show you the heroes at the end, but yeah, I spent quite a bit of time on this, so I don't want to go any further because it's almost dinner time here. I think it's much better off that we just farm more gear instead and then come back to these stages and then, you know, Just absolutely butcher them. Makes more sense that way. Yeah. Sell those. And I think a lot of these pieces can just go because, yeah, you generally want this 3 stats as the bare minimum for your healers there. Okay, so you can see heroes wise, if we just filter down to mages, with this bunch of guys, you have Comet, but if you use Comet, then you definitely need to use an anti-healer, a strong one down bottom. If he had better gear, then we could use Iona as well. So you get my point that, you know, with the cards that we've dealt with, I think it's fine. Clearing up to stage 7. We just need to get more right side pieces because there's just absolutely nothing on the right that we could work with on the right here. Yeah, a lot of these pieces aren't even like triple pieces. And I don't even want to delete them because there's just so little gear. Unless you want to just go ahead and start farming here. Nope, no emerald. Yeah. Yeah. But I have the gear plan in place so he can actually head in to delete all this stuff if he finds that it doesn't work out for him. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the stream. If you have any takeover requests, feel free to head over to my Discord. You can sign up there with the sign up page, and then we can work off that. I think with today's progress, it's pretty decent. Getting to from stage 2 for both, we actually got down to stage 6 and 7 respectively. Yeah, we could go further. As you can see, both gear dungeons, we just needed a bit better gear to actually kill off the mobs in time. Especially gear dungeon 2, which we spent a bit of time on. It's regrettable that we weren't able to clear it because Volca just wasn't clearing things fast enough for us. But yeah, that's gonna be for the video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.